Serious Sam is well known for their mainline games, but not for their spin-offs. I personally think that spin-offs are amazing and definitely need more recognition. It's just that people prefer to play the more classical approach of Serious Sam game design. But maybe I can change your mind. We will start off with Bogus Detour. At first glance, it looks like any other normal indie game, but this one is serious, and I mean traditionally serious. This spin-off resembles the main line the most to the enemies, guns, melees, characters, and bosses. This might be the best pick for those who are in serious needs. Gameplay-wise, you run backwards. I know, peak gameplay that even got its own game, and that's I hate running backwards. As the name suggests, you run backwards, and it is one of the most replayable games because of its generative level design and shablamo bamo destruction that builds up adrenaline, featuring Serious Sam and Minecraft graphics. Well, not quite. The powers and ability with the traps does make it more exciting, and there are lots of enemy rare varieties. Fun game if you love to run backwards and hold left click. Anyways, let's go back to Bogus Detour. It's a pretty long game that doesn't take 57 seconds to beat. Oh my, I did it again. Serious Sam TFE for the Palm OS. Yes, for Palm OS. You might be wondering, what is Palm OS? Well, luckily I'm a dude who loves old dumb phones, or feature phones, however you want to call it. So basically, before we had iPhone and LG Parada, we had PDAs and feature phones. So this company, Palm, designed a operating system for PDAs that supported resistive touch. Basically, you had to use a pen. PDAs were back then considered as smartphones and still are. Okay, we went tiny bit off topic. So basically, this Serious Sam Palm OS game is a highly compressed game, graphically downgraded, so that it could run on Palm OS. It tries its best to replicate the first encounter with the level design and characters, but it doesn't feel the same as the original. And also, this is how it sounds. Yes, I know, Ennio Morricone composition level. There are two ways you can play it. You can emulate it or buy a PDA running Palm OS. But no, this game is beatable in 57 seconds. So I'm sorry, yes, Bogus Detour. I personally think that the level design is pretty cool, and there are a lot of interesting secrets and new mechanics, and of course, it can be on serious time to time.
Balls of steel, right, Sam?
See you later, Duke.
Okay, now we have Serious Sam Tormental, and it differs a lot from the mainline games, but I like it. And yes, it has beheaded kamikazes, but they are crabs. Yeah, the enemies look like cute little monster pets, but they have a mental institution in the game. Serious Sam 2 reference? Well, this game gives me ton of Serious Sam 2 vibes. It's very cartoony and has that minimalistic design I can't remember the name of. It's similar to Bogus Detour, but it's more closed up. But I gotta say that the characters are the most interesting part of this game. So I'm a type of guy who likes games where you can interact and have dialogue with characters. Going through the game, you will encounter characters that will tell you interesting stuff, stories, and you will be able to greet or antagonize the characters. I love that growth thing paid attention to those small details, but one bad thing is that they aren't voiced. You have to read it, but the cutscene characters are voiced. Anyways, this game is quite fun and has features that should be added to the next mainline Serious Sam game. And it has that cartoony vibe like the classics. Since we are talking about cartooniness, we can mention Serious Sam the Next Encounter. Now this is a seriously good game and maybe even one of the best in the Serious Sam series. Almost everybody likes this game. Still, it's a bit unknown to many, but this game was in the making before Serious Sam 2, so it has cartooniness in itself, but it's a perfect mixture to the point that it's a masterpiece. Um, Almost all of the aspects are fun. The introduction is quite exciting because you spawn in a coliseum packed with every gun blazing enemies until there comes Serious Sam's evil clone or something, and he says that you are dead, and all of a sudden the doctors or scientists make a mistake with the teleporter and teleport you to somewhere further away from the coliseum. So you're in Rome. This game is aesthetically pleasing and is very fun with its features and mechanics. But sad part is that many things have been cut off. If you have an PS2, PlayStation 2 or on GameCube or just an emulator that can support these types of games, you should definitely get it and play it. I highly recommend. Have you ever told yourself, man, I really want a Serious Sam game featuring ancient Greece in it? Well, it already exists, and it's quite unknown. It's called Serious Sam the Greek Encounter. So basically you shoot the free enemies in the game, find a teleporter, and move on to the next game. Yeah, this game isn't all that interesting, but some people find it fun. It features the weapons from the classics, and there is not really much to say about this game. It was kinda flop. Man, I wish Crow Team made an Adobe Flash or HTML5 game out of Greek Encounter. Would have been way better idea than to sell it as a full product. Now we have Serious Sam Advanced for the Game Boy Advanced. This game is similar to Serious Sam for Palm OS, but it's way better and does a better job replicating the mainline classic games. It features better level design, a better roster of enemies, more weapons, bosses and secrets. Crow Team did a really good job with this one. I mean, the Game Boy Advance was limited, but Crow Team was able to make something from it, and they did. If you enjoy these kind of fake 3D games, you should totally try it out. You've seen Sam hold one gun, hold two guns, but have you ever seen Serious Sam hold 7 guns? Well, this game took double the gun, double the fun on a whole another level. So basically you can put the guns on your guns. Sounds amazing, ain't that right? So the point of this game is to stack weapons, move on with levels, fight hordes of enemies, bosses with interesting level design. This game is quite fun and is aesthetically pleasing. You can even go back to the dinosaur age, although the final boss is weird. All other aspects of this game are very fun and I highly recommend this game. We have the final spin-off game I'm going to be talking about, and that game is Serious Sam Kamikaze Attack. In this game you play as a beheaded kamikaze, which goal is to catch up with Serious Sam and combust him. You will be met with tons of obstacles and projectiles that are sent by Serious Sam. There are many levels, although the level design is the same. This game was released for Android, iOS and Windows. This game is really replayable and it's not that hard to find. One quick Google search you'll find the app. You can also find it on Aptoid. This game isn't that special and it's quite different from the rest of the games. It's decent.